Welcome to Watch Me Go Broke. Let me ask you a question. When you hear the phrase out of order, what do you think of? Do you think of a cool courtroom scene in a movie? I'm out of order. I'm out of order. No, Your Honor. You're out of order. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to thank myself for this award because without me, I would not have won. Or do you think of the vending machine in your office that's been on the fritz since 2002? Yeah, probably. Or do you think of a watch company that makes watches that look like they've been pulled off a dead body that's been in a lake for a year and a half? Let's awkwardly bend over a table and take a look. All right, guys, welcome to the show. On my wrist today is gonna be a Tauchmeister 1,000-meter diver German watch. And here is today's watch, the darling of Watch Gang. This is gonna be the Out of Order Casanova series watch. You've got a 44 millimeter case, a thickness of 13 millimeters with the Cyclops. 50 millimeter lug-to-lug, so a biggin today. I measured 21.5 millimeter lugs. We'll just call them 22 lug width, tapering down to 18 at the clasp and back up to a slender 19.5 at the clasp. It is listed as a stainless steel case, although it is very tarnished. I didn't know you could tarnish stainless steel. I guess you can. The bracelet is going to be a friction pin bracelet today, so no problems there. The clasp, 4 micro adjustments on it, but it is just a friction clasp. Not a huge fan of this kind of clasp. It doesn't seem to be overly secure. I mean, it does snap in nicely, and there you've got a little fold over there for added security, but it is on the cheaper line of, I would say it's maybe one step above a pressed metal clasp. The case back today, pretty good looking. Raised Out of Order logo, damaged in Italy, and it says, "Please treat me bad." Damaged in Italy, stainless steel. You can swim without troubles, 10 ATM, so that's going to be 100 meters of water resistance. Now, this is the 2018 version of this watch. They do them by years, so obviously the latest version of this watch is the 2020 version on Out of Order's website. It is a screw-down case back and a screw-down crown to maintain that 100 meters of water resistance. The dial has all applied indices today with a raised Out of Order logo there, the 3 O's, then printed damaged in Italy, 10 ATM, water resistant, and the color of the dial is a copper color to try to match, I guess, some of the tarnishing that they've done on this particular watch. And there is a very nice etched Reholt sporting the 3 O's of Out of Order and then the word Out of Order. That actually looks pretty cool, although I don't know why you would have tarnishing on the inside of the watch unless water had gotten to it, but I don't know. I didn't design it. A framed date window at the 3 o'clock position and a Cyclops that is kind of wonky, not lined up correctly, and the magnification on it is not fantastic. The bezel is a 90-click bezel today. Not sure why people do that, but the action on it is pretty nice. There's a good amount of resistance there. Yeah, I mean, nothing really to complain about other than it's 90 clicks, but everything, seems to be in order, and it has good action, although it does not line up properly. When you get to the top, it's about 1 click off, so yeah, a little bit of a quality control issue there. The movement is going to be a Miyota 2115 quartz movement in this particular version. That is going to be the same movement that you find in the Casio Duro, the MDV 106. And as you eagle-eyed viewers would have already noticed, the second hand does not hit any of the markers. Not one single marker does it hit in line with the indices at all. So I'm not sure if that's just maybe dial size has something to do with that, or they didn't line it up properly when they stuck that second hand on there. So the newer versions of this watch that are in quartz, they use the Ronda 515 quartz that is the same movement that is in the Phoebus 300 meter diver. And if you remember my review of that one, that didn't hit the indices very well either. So not necessarily an upgrade, although the new ones do contain a Swiss movement. So the Lume, pretty much non-existent. The hands, obviously, you have it there. If my camera will focus, you have the purported superluminova on the hands, but the indices, obviously. Now, this is a 2018 version. It is a couple years old. I don't know if it's just faded or what the deal with that is, but yeah, just the hands for the Lume today. And the indices, they're also not white. They are very green, and you would think that would just be because of the Lume that's on them, but I'm not sure. It's just green, so not white. I don't know if they were going for a faux patina look and didn't quite pull it off. Not certain, but let's get to the elephant in the room. So the elephant in the room is why you would get a watch that's already beat up. Now, there's a lot to be said for this ghosting of this bezel, which I think looks super, super awesome. And if you're an avid follower of the channel, you will know that I have no idea how to ghost bezels and have messed them up very badly in the past. But this one is really done perfectly, so I like that. I'm unsure as to why you would want this. Does it look cool? Yes, but that's it. I'm not sure if this watch really delivers at the price tag what you're getting. I mean, you're getting a very basic, $8 quartz movement in it, 100 meters of water resistance. I mean, you get the same movement in the Casio Duro, and it has 200 meters of water resistance, and that's like $40. So if you're looking for a watch for performance, I don't think this is it. This seems like a fashion piece, 100% fashion more than function. And, there's a lot to be said for that. I mean, a lot of people like that. This does seem to be something that Watch Gang kind of went all in. If you don't know what Watch Gang is, it's a subscription service. So you pay a fee every month, and they'll ship you a watch, and you have a chance to get a Rolex or a high luxury watch, with every plan. So, if you like watches and you like, getting a new watch every month, maybe that's something for you. But if you look at, if you just Google Watch Gang and Out of Order, they really go all in on this particular company. So what do I like about this watch? Well, I like the ghosting of the bezel. I think that's done fantastically. The tarnishing is cool. I mean, it does look cool. I like the bracelet. I think that's cool, and I'm a big fan of friction pins. I have no problem with that at all. So I think that looks nice, and it kind of almost looks like a brassy, it's not copper, I'm sure, but maybe brass links there. I think that looks very good. And I do like the rehaut. I think that looks really neat. I think that's very well done. And that's really about it. What I don't like about this watch, or just, I guess it's not really, I think you either like this or you hate it. And, I would guess that I do like it. But the issues that I have, obviously, the indices with that green color, it doesn't match anything at all. It's way out of place. The Cyclops is not lined up. And I know this watch is supposed to look beat up, but you're never gonna misalign a Cyclops. You can't, once it's on there, it's not like you can bump it and it gets out of whack. I mean, so that should have been done a little bit better there. Quality control, definitely. on the second hand hitting the indices is something that you know, it really is pretty inexcusable. I mean, it takes 5 seconds to do that. Now, I don't know if everybody out there will agree with me on this, but this is my own personal opinion. I don't care what watch company you are. I don't care if you're Rolex, if you're Omega, if you're Tudor, if you're Invicta. I think you know where I'm going with this. You should never, ever, ever, ever put any writing on the side of a case. It is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Yes, we know the Invicta Pro Diver did it, and that etching is much higher quality than this, but that still is stupid. I don't know. I just don't get that. That's a really kind of a bonehead design choice, in my opinion, on this particular piece. So really, overall, for me, I mean, my opinion is it's, you know, it's straight up fashion. Yes, it does have the tools like the, you know, the bezel, the timing bezel, and yes, it does have 100 meters of water resistance, but I mean, you're wearing this kind of to be noticed, you know, rather than functionality, and it seems like the newer designs that they have in their 2020 lineup, you know, those look pretty cool. I'm not trying to bash the whole company here, but you know, I don't know. I mean, guys, let me know in the comments if you like this kind of thing. Yes, we all love patina, and we all love, you know, cases and stuff that are from the 60s and things like that show their age and show their wear. But do you like it when they do it in a fake way? I don't know. Like I said, it looks like it's been on a dead body in a lake for a year and a half. I mean, it really has. It really does look like that. So I don't know, guys. It's also, in my opinion, way too large for it to be it's clearly a Submariner homage, but 44 millimeters with 22 millimeter lugs. Yeah, I don't get that. And a nice taper though to the bracelet. So they went to, you know, through that expense to make a really nice taper. But yeah, 44 and 22, you know, it's just too big. Maybe if they shaved off 4 millimeters, made it a 40.5, just went straight all in on the, you know, the sub sizes, it might have worked a little bit better. But for me, I think this watch is too large. Let me put it on and show you. So there it is on my 7 1/4, very hairy wrist. I need to do some trimming, obviously. Yeah, it is big, 50 millimeter lug to lug. Yeah, that's about the max that I can wear. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I thought it was going to blow me away. It really doesn't. I do really, really love the bezel. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments if you think this is worth it or just hype, and is it worth the price that they're charging on these? So let me know in the comments, guys, and I will see you next week.